The value of a woman is less than that of a cow. That's in the eyes of Zimbabwe's law. November 25th marked the start of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and I decided to look up some Zimbabwe statistics. Did you know that 80% of married women will be beaten up by their husband at some point? Did you know that 60% of murders in Zimbabwe are a direct result of domestic violence? Did you know that 1 out of every 3 women in Zimbabwe has been sexually assaulted? And 1 out of 3 women in Zimbabwe has been physically assaulted? Did you know that a woman can be raped in Zimbabwe and the rapist convicted in court, and he wouldn't have to spend a single night in jail? Yet that same rapist, that same man, can steal a cow, and by law he would have to do a minimum of 9 years in prison. What that says to me is that the law in Zimbabwe essentially values my cow over my daughter. Those statistics also tell me that the biggest threat to my daughter is a Zimbabwean man. I have a problem with that, because I don't want to raise my daughter in a country that she's at risk, in a country whose laws doesn't protect her to the same extent that it protects me. I read a story recently about a disabled woman who was raped in Zimbabwe, and she went to the police to report the case. And the police officer, who is still employed by the Zimbabwe Public Police, by the way, had the audacity to tell her that she needed to go and thank her rapist, because had it not been for him, she would never know what it's like to have sex. This is not the Zimbabwe I want for my daughter. I want to build a Zimbabwe that protects women. I want to build a Zimbabwe that makes women feel valuable members in society. I want to build a Zimbabwe that I can be proud of, and build a Zimbabwe that my daughter can be proud to be associated with when she's older.